New year means new digs, new posters. Pink Floyd poster got for Christmas, and how fitting considering I'm doing the Pink Floyd discography. Also, with the new year, we need to stamp something out on the report card right and early, and that's the community awareness or the community interaction side of the report card. This is going to be a 3-view along with Count Blackworth and Mr. Cannibal Spork, and this is Le Voyage de l'Homme by Alcest. For those of you who don't know who Alcest are, this is a band that's able to really blend together soundscapes, really blend together post-metal, post-black metal, and shoegazing to create sonic landscapes and sonic atmospheres that are really just perceived as imminent beauty. This is something where metal oftentimes gets this distinction of being all about the morbid, all about the anger, all about the angst, all about the rage. And Alcest kind of looks at them and just like, no, 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 no. Not everything is about that. Not everything is about that. In fact, there are some places, there are some time frames, there are some locations, some far-off distant lands in metal that actually are all about some of the most beautiful harmonies that you'll ever find in music. Yes, you might hear a relishing pop ballad from a Rihanna, or a Justin Bieber, or a Adele or Mariah Carey, but do they have the same tear-jerking quality as perhaps a beautiful sonic landscape that could be presented by a band such as Alcest? To a metal fan, no. To a metal fan, there is nothing that could really top these things. This is a band that for the past couple of years has just been wowing audiences, whether they be metal or not, as to the achievement of sonic brick-by-brick laying that this band is able to accomplish with their music. It's a one-man project that gets a little bit of aid every so often with some of the albums. So in reality, this is Nij's baby. It's his baby. Now, this is an album which he decided that this was going to be the last one where there's going to be any presence of harsh vocals. Now, this is something that for some people are going to be very disappointed with, because the harsh vocals coupling in with his beautiful, beautiful moans kind of really create a nice duality, a nice balance between the two, and also is able to really offset each other quite nicely, and as a result, complement one another. It's kind of a weird duality within itself. But with this particular album, with Le Voyage de l'Homme, the journey of the soul, it is exactly as it says it is. It seems as though this is an introspective journey through somebody's soul. Now, Alcest albums do kind of have that flavor with it to begin with. However, this one seems to take particular meticulous care to ensure that this idea is reflected within the music. And that's one thing that makes this album not only an interesting listen, but also something that is going to be very beautiful and cause a lot of emotions amongst metal fans. This is going to be an album that they're going to listen to and they're going to see a lot of themselves in. And maybe the people that have a lot of angst won't see it as much as those who maybe do not. However, that's something where the people who have angst are just hiding their feelings on the inside, because it's very, very difficult to listen to an album by this band and not feel something. And that's the power. That is the majesty, that's the glory of a band like Alcest, and that is the power, the majesty, and the glory of an album such as this one. From the opening tones of Outre-Tombe, which it was the first single that they released that I reviewed back in December, all the way to the end of this album, you are taken on a journey. You're taking on a journey into shoegaze, you're taking on a journey into post-metal, into post-black metal. You're taking on a journey of swirling melodies, of encouraging hooks, and powerful repetition that really causes you to sit back and perhaps paint a sonic picture, a sonic landscape, so to speak, as I've been saying throughout this video. And instead of staring on staring at an easel that's right in front of your face, that is filled with color and filled with texture and filled with a dynamic scene that you yourself have created. Instead, this is all being done sonically. The colors are being projected by your mind onto the screen that is your mind, and it is just whatever you want it to be, really. It's a very strange endeavor, but it's an endeavor that is very personal. Perhaps during some of the swirling melodies, you're getting dabbles of green that represent the grass that's underneath of your feet. You're getting the bluish tint of the sky, either that or a gray. Perhaps you're, undergoing this guise with a little bit more of a depressive hue. Perhaps you are seeing multiple colors of brown, or other colors of a yellow tint, or more of a bronze tint that represents the trees that you see, or the different structures that you're around. Maybe you're picturing some blue water that is rippling a current as you run across yellow and, once again, very sandy white of a beach. Maybe you're in a completely different location. Maybe you're not even in this world. Perhaps you're traveling through the stratosphere. All you see is a black emptiness around you, and instead, you're picturing yourself inside of a white spacecraft, full with buttons, full with lights just flickering and going in and going out, making noises, beeps, blips, and everything. But all that you can hear is your own thought, and all that you can see are the images in which you're conjured up whenever you are undertaking this thought. This is what this music does to you. This music encourages your creativity, and it encourages a lot of introspective thinking. It causes you to take yourself on a journey within yourself while you're taking a journey within niche. That is what makes an Alcest album an event. That's why so many people look forward to these albums each and every year. The swirling glows of the melodies, the haunting tints of all the multiple instruments, and the very subtle moans of the vocals, coupled together to create a lavish masterpiece. Something that you would find if it were to be an actual portrait. Something that would be museum-worthy. Something that should inspire thought, debate, of what exactly is the message that's being put across. Perhaps this is something that seems very simplified to somebody who's perceiving it with very dull eyes, very shallow eyes. However, to those who reflect deeper, those are the people that will instead try to take a little joyride into the brain stem of the creator and try to pinpoint exact locations of time, exact locations of life, and exact memories and events that could have triggered the creation of something this beautiful. This is a fantastic release, but I put it above the two previous. I think I would put it right along the same lines. Each and every one of those albums is a solid 8.5. This one is no different. This is a band that continues to wow me. This is a band that continues to tug at me and continues to really give me these emotional feelings that you don't often see people talk about. Many people call you a pussy if you talk about your emotions, but you know what? This is something that's okay with it. Because if they actually sat down and listened, if they actually took the time out of their lives and listened, and maybe understood, or at least made an effort to, they would understand as well. Instead, this sonic journey, this landscape, this portrait that we have from Alcest is something that's going to be enjoyed and reveled by many. It's going to be worshipped by few. However, it's going to be something that's misunderstood by many. But it's something that should be undertaken, and an album that should be enveloped by all. By all means, if you have not heard of this band, check out this album, and then go on your way back. If you've heard of this album, or should I say of this band, then this album is right up your alley. This is something that you'll certainly enjoy, and 2012 will definitely give you, as a year to begin, even with Lamb of God's album being the first review, and that being extremely angry and in your face. This is a perfect harmonic balance. And that's something that is very difficult to say. Something that's also very interesting. I highly recommend this release, and I believe that you guys will enjoy this. So for that I say, go out and check this out. Do whatever you must to find it, and enjoy it. Because this is your introspective view into yourself, into niche, and perhaps into the world around you.